Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the Stark Jegan, and I got two matches here for you, one after another, both with Taru in rating matches, because I didn't learn my lesson in playing new suits that just come out in rating matches, so I need my A+ back, and I think I get another loss, but this one was actually a really close match, this first one here, and the second match we're actually going to try and get our win back, and hopefully we do get that. And yeah, the Stark Jegan, another unicorn suit, and people are definitely trying to save up for the unicorn because at this point it's all but confirmed, as if the other unicorn suits weren't proof enough. But yeah, how does the Stark Jegan itself work? Pretty well, I think. Actually, pretty good. And it's good to see that the prototype Stark Jegan was a nice support, and this is actually a nice general. A lot of people expected this to be a support. Nope, it is a 550 general. And yeah, let's get into the stats here. It is, I guess I already mentioned, it's a 550 general and it has 17,000 health. You have 25 ballistic resistance, you have 20 beam resistance, you have 20 melee resistance, and you have 25 range and melee strength. You have 125 boost speed, 215 boost speed, 75 thruster gauge, and 63 turning speed, which is 69 in space. Nice. And then for slots, you have 12 close, 18 mid, and 10 long range slots. And yeah, pretty decent stats there. They're kind of equal, like a lot of the Federation suits. Although the beam resistance is quite low, I feel like. If you pair it with the 17,000 health, a lot of people like to buff up their damage, and they have beam damage. That's quite often used at this cost, so you might want to buff up that beam resistance a lot. Thankfully, you have enough mid-range to get like a level 4, or if you want to use some of that 10 long range and get the level 3 off, you will need it, unless you want to work on something else like just pure damage or maybe some reload speed. But yeah, I worked with it, and I did really well with it. And for your weapons here, you have the Stark Jegan Hyper Bazooka Shrapnel, which is 180 damage per pellet, with 4 rounds and 250 range. And yeah, it is a shrapnel bazooka, but it's actually different from the other shrapnel bazookas. It actually works more like a shotgun than the others. If you guys don't know what the other shrapnel bazookas are like, they usually are rapid fire, and it takes 2 meat shots. And if you guys don't know what the term meat shot is for a shotgun, a meat shot is where you get most, if not all, of the pellets to hit somebody, enough to get a stun or a hit in a lot of games like FPSs. So it takes 2 meat shots to get a stun with the regular shrapnel bazooka, that like the hyper bazookas that the Barzam, the Mark II, and a few other suits use. But for this suit, the Stark Jegan's shrapnel bazooka, it takes 1 meat shot to get a stun, and it's quite nice because you can stop raids in their tracks or any suits with maneuver armor. That is really a really good weapon, and for some reason it feels a lot more a lot easier to handle compared to the regular shrapnel bazooka. Maybe because I'm used to the firing a regular bazooka, and I kind of treat this like a regular bazooka. Usually when I'm playing the Barzam with the shrapnel bazooka, I kind of just fire away and get damage. You can't really do that. This thing has a bit of a... you can't rapid fire it. You get 1 shot and you got to make it count. But it is pretty good, and if you do get a chunky shot off, it does do a lot of damage. But you can switch that out with the regular Stark Jegan Hyper Bazooka, which is 2,500 damage, 4 rounds, and 300 range, which is 50 more range than the shrapnel. And if you guys are familiar with the prototype Stark Jegan, that was I believe, a hidden weapon you can find in the gacha, and it's pretty much, I can compare it to the direct hit from Team Fortress 2. If you don't know what the direct hit is, that's a soldier weapon, rocket launcher, where this suit kind of works the same way, where it has a very small blast radius, so you kind of have to go for the direct hits. But it does do a lot of damage, especially if you build up the range strength on this suit. So both suits will require you to aim a bit. So if you're a guy that that's not that good at aiming with those precise suits or precise weapons like bazookas, make sure you try and go for the go for the legs if you're using the bazooka. You try to get that blast radius off. But yeah, your next weapon is the Stark Jegan Beam Saber, which is 2,100 damage. Basic little moveset here. The downswing is actually a poking downswing, which I feel like it should have been a typical like Federation downswing where it does the diagonal slash. The poking just feels really really awkward with trying to run up on somebody and get it off with how its weapons are. Because you have a bunch of explosive weapons, you kind of want to like bombard an area and then come in sweeping, right? It just feels weird to have that pinpoint melee downswing, but it works fine, trust me. You still will, if you can remember that's a pinpoint stab, then you'll do just fine. If you're going to be playing this suit, you will learn it just fine. And then for your secondary weapons, you have the Jegan VP system, which is your Vulcan pod, and that is 90 damage, 60 rounds, and 180 range. And it takes 25 shots to stun, and it's not a super fast Vulcan pod. So just make sure you use it with your other weapons for a stun accumulation. Maybe if you miss the missile pods upcoming, miss all of them, or miss one of them to not get the full stun accumulation, you can throw in your Vulcans, or you can throw it in with your armed grenade launchers. Yeah, so works fine, and I think I use it to finish off some low health people, so there's that. And then you have the Stark Jegan Beam Rifle, which is 1,600 damage, 3 rounds, and 250 range. And yeah, it's another stun here, so that means you have 2 instant stun weapons here. You have the bazooka, or I guess you can use the Shroud on bazooka, and actually, the Shroud on bazooka will count more for stun accumulation, but it almost feels like an instant stun anyway. But and then you have the beam rifle, and if you want to use that for a stun, I recommend you stun with your ballistic weapon first. That way you can re-stun with your beam rifle, and then you can throw in your melee for all that. Be careful because you do have 3 rounds, and you do significantly less damage than with the bazooka since it's a beam rifle. And that does 1,600 damage. Beams are going to be top priority for defense at this cost, so you might want to use it just for the utility. But every now and then you get some pretty nasty. Actually, no, you will get some really nasty combo damage with this thing if you can mix in everything this thing has to offer. Which I guess it will include the next 2 weapons here. Which actually no, one of the weapons here is actually really good. That is the Shoulder 3-tube Missile Pod, which is 800 damage, 6 rounds, and 350 range. And the missile pod's quite handy. It shoots a burst of 3, and every time it shoots a 3 burst, it has to ready up again, but it readies up really fast, and you can pretty much fire another volley. And it takes 3 of the missiles to stun. And I feel like it maybe should have been 2, but 3 works, and you can actually turn them. It's a little bit slower than the other missiles, but you can turn them, and it can help out every now and then. But, oh man, mission failed. We'll see what we got going on here. Hey, top individual and top damage. Nice. I think we're going to praise Taru and then the Raid. The Raid did really nice. And, yeah, it was a pretty close match. But, hey, second place, 6-2. I believe that's literally like a one kill win. Oh, man. Well, we'll get. I think we'll come back for this next match. Or this next match. There we go. And we'll see how we do. But yeah, back to the missile pods here. I've seen a lot of people use this as the beginning stun of a combo, and I gotta say that's a pretty good idea if the enemy isn't aware of you, because they'll try and shoot you first for a stun. So preferably you want to hit somebody, usually if you're with a teammate or something, because good luck facing somebody face to face. It might happen every now and then, but man, having to face somebody face to face, you can just or they can just shoot you while you're trying to shoot your missiles. But if you do get that will get you a pretty nice combo if you can mix in your other weapons. And yeah, what else can I say? It's a really good weapon. Although it feels kind of weird compared to the next weapon here, which is the armed grenade launcher, which is 750 damage, 2 rounds, and 250 range. It's kind of weird that these big old missile pods that are on your shoulders only do 50 more damage than your armed grenade launchers. I feel like they should have done like a little bit more damage, like 100 more, 900 damage. or 850, you know. Might have been a little bit more reasonable, but I'm fine with it. But the arm grenade launchers, they're kind of like the grenade launchers they've been releasing with a lot of suits lately. You know, like with the Haiku Shiki Kai and some other ones where they have the two arm grenade, you know, the two ammo arm grenade launcher that has like no stun accumulation. But it's there for damage, you know, 750 damage, ballistic damage, that's pretty good. So make sure if you want to get a stun with that, you mix it up with your other weapons. If you're trying to get a stun with it by itself, good luck. And finally, your skills. And for skills, you have one dodge roll, you have flight control level 2, you have a glide level 3, you have blast stabilizer, you have balancers, you have melee combo controller, that's 2 melee swings, you have ambac level 2, in force injectors level 2, radar level 2, you have a shoulder add-on buffer and back binder cushioning, which should be obvious where those are going to be located. You know, your big giant shoulder pods, and then yeah, your backpack. And finally, you have a new skill, which is the EX boost or X boost, however you want to pronounce it. And this is pretty much a more safe, I guess you can say, a more safe overboost skill. If you guys don't know what the overboost ability is, if you press the touchpad, you get like 10 seconds of just continuous boosting, or if you're the the FB, the GPO1 FB, continuous dodge rolls. But for this suit, the EX boost, if you press your touchpad, it will give you 5 seconds of unlimited boost, but if you do tackle or do a dodge roll, it will pretty much instantly stop it, and then you're out to overheat, which is kind of funny because technically this thing, it takes away 4.5 seconds off your meter if you do a dodge roll or tackle, which at this point you might as well just cancel it altogether. I don't know why they have to give it those seconds, right? But you know, it can be quite handy in a pinch. There's some moments that were after this match where I did a dodge roll to avoid somebody, and I realized, oh wait, they got maybe like a second melee, so I got to prepare for that. So I pop up the you know, touch the touchpad, get the EX boost, and then I do another dodge roll. Because thing is, if you're already in overheat, you can still activate it. The problem is, though, is that you can only activate it once per life. So make sure you're using it in a situation that you think might be handy. And there's some situations, like I think another one I had is where a support was in trouble, and I was boosting towards him. I ran out of boost, so I activated my my X boost and got to my teammate to help him out a lot sooner, and I actually helped him survive. So quite a useful ability to have. And yeah, that's going to be it. And then for the Stark Jegan, and now for some pros and cons. I'm going to start with the cons. And I gotta say, immediate con that comes to mind is the 20 beam resistance and the 17,000 health. You can almost feel a little bit, not really glass cannon, but a little bit weak armor-wise. There's some moments where some people they definitely buff their range up to be more of a glass cannon suit. And when you get hit by them, you can really feel it. Especially if you get dogged on by more than one person. It almost makes you feel kind of weak, but don't worry, because you do have some good strengths here. Just make sure you buff up that beam resistance and use your weapons to your advantage, because man, you will get some disgusting damage, which man, I gotta keep going with the cons here. Another con is that this suit should be a bit obvious that this suit's kind of it has a bigger form because of those shoulder missile pods in the backpack. You don't have maneuver armor, you do have a dodge roll, but be careful when you're trying to peek around corners or try and fight somebody head on, because you're really easy to hit. And I know that from fighting other Stark Jagans and people that are fighting me. So be careful with your size. And I think that's pretty much it for the cons. Well, I guess you can say the arm grenade launcher has like no stun accumulation. The weapons that are just pure stun accumulation, not that good. The Vulcans take 25 hits to stun, and the arm grenade launchers don't stun at all. I don't remember exactly how much it takes to stun with the arm grenade launcher into the Vulcans, but it still feels quite slow. But the stun accumulation on the 3-tube missile pod is actually quite good. It takes 3 hits. That can give you 2 potential stuns out of that, so that's quite nice. Which I guess we'll go into the pros here. The pros are that the weapons on the suit are quite good combo-wise, quite good utility-wise, because, you know, the shrapnel bazooka can stop maneuver armor. And oh my god, my legs are asleep right now. This is going to be really painful trying to talk now. But, ooh, man, ooh, like knives. And of course, the beam rifle can get you a second stun. And yeah, there's some really disgusting combos you can do. You know, you can start off. You know, you could potentially start off with the shoulder missile pods, get a stun that way, then do your shrapnel bazooka stun or regular bazooka stun into your beam rifle into a downswing, or maybe you can save one of those stuns to mix in after the downswing and then get another swing in. Will definitely help out a teammate in a double team, or if you're soloing somebody, get some nice damage out of that. So pretty good. I think I already mentioned that the shoulder 3-2 missile pods can turn. They have a turning speed to them, although you have to be careful, a little bit slow. But another pro for this is that this thing does have some pretty good skills. You have a dodge roll, you have blast stabilizer, you have balancers, you got all the skills you want, and back level 2, force injector level 2, of course some buffers for the big parts you have, and you have that new skill EX boost, which I think is quite good. You just have to be careful because it's only once per life, and you only get 5 seconds to boost compared to something like overboost, which gives you 10 seconds or a little bit more. I'm trying to remember the exact number for that, but again, I'm not very good with overboost suits, so I don't play them often. So yeah, quite a nice suit, which we're almost at the end of the match here, so I'm going to go ahead and get off the stats for that, and then I'll wrap up my thoughts on this suit. And yeah, literally last 2 seconds of this match. And yeah, there we go, timeout, and we'll see what we got going on here. Good works all around. We got our win back. Man, I have a long trek ahead to get to A+. That's going to be bad. But hey, Taru did really good in the Jammer Fin. I'm going to praise the raid again because the same thing, same suit, Rigazy. 4th place, 4-2. Got around the same damage as last match, and I did get, still a pretty good individual score, so I'm fine with that. And yeah, that is the Stark Jegan, and that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want, I'd really appreciate it. And type up in the comment section how you feel about the Stark Jegan. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Stark Jegan. I'm not a big fan of Federation suits in general. That doesn't mean I hate them, but I know that the Stark Jegan is it's a fan favorite. A lot of people like this suit, and I'm happy to say this suit it feels quite nice to play. There's a few little awkward spots here and there, like with the grenade launchers and the Vulcans, but overall, I feel like it'd be quite a handy suit to have on a team. The stun locks are pretty good. The damage potential is pretty good. You might want to play a little bit more mid range and then close the distance for a lot of people. Oh, let me rephrase that. You want to start off with mid range and then get closer to people for melee combat there. But other than that, yeah, it feels quite nice, and I actually do want to play this suit a little bit more to figure it out, because it just feels like a good suit to play. And if you guys haven't rolled for it, I do recommend you roll for it, unless you want to save up for Unicorn, of course, which that's definitely going to be coming at some time, maybe this year, who knows. And I can't wait to see some other suits from Unicorn coming in. Maybe some of the sleeves variants of the Xeon machines, like the Zusa with a shotgun. Please get a support with a shotgun. But yeah, and I can't wait to see this suit in the spectator matches on Friday. See how it does, and I can't wait to see. I keep saying I can't wait, but I really can't wait to see how really good players use this suit, because I'm not the best player. I want to see some pro players use this suit and make use of that EX boost, because you can use that after you're in overheat. You can use that to get yourself even more boost. There's a lot of situations you can use that in. So yeah, that's gonna be it, and I will see you guys later. Bye.